Hi, welcome to the Industry Astrology Full Moon Forecast for September of 2025. It's a lunar eclipse. So I came to London for the Bhava Vedic Astrology Conference. The moon is waxing, the energy increasing. How are you feeling?
The moon has been waxing, and on September 7th, between 10:30 a.m. and 11:52 a.m. Pacific time, the moon will move behind the shadow of the earth, become totally eclipsed, and then begin to wax again. Feeling on edge, at the edge of a decision, a turning point, a breakthrough, or a breakup. There's something about eclipse season that accelerates change that may already be in the process of happening. But with eclipses come a stronger momentum, a push forward to get free from old patterns and to come forward in our evolution. Lunar eclipses affect the emotional body. The moon is representing the mind and the emotions. And an eclipse, in any eclipse, the eclipse season is the power of shadow overtaking light. This particular lunar eclipse is a very powerful one. It's a total lunar eclipse, and it is 82 minutes long, which is particularly long in totality because Rahu is just 3 degrees away from the moon when it happens. Rahu is the head of the celestial snake, the shadow snake, the part with teeth. And it's said that Rahu takes a bite out of the moon or in the sun when there's an eclipse that involves his conjunction with that luminary. So Rahu's energy can create anxieties and fears. It can magnify our worries in this time even more than they already are, perhaps. But also it can push things to the surface, shadow points or areas in your life that blind spots that you didn't really want to see or look at. You can see the patterns now. So this is a powerful time for prayer, for setting intentions actually of transformation, of true change and liberation from the past. Rahu, the head of the snake, and Ketu, his tail, are now lined up in Aquarius and Leo. These are signs of unrest, social movements. It's great for activism, actually, but it has the potential to create a lot of trouble on a collective level. And on the other side, Ketu in Leo has to do with leadership, kings. So something is changing on a collective level when it comes to how we are as a people, as a collective, how we share information and energy, and how we are governed. I decided to offer a 2-hour class on Rahu and Ketu in Aquarius and Leo, coming up on the equinox. It's just in 2 weeks. I'm kind of doing it last minute notice. But I thought, just in the perspective of what's happening in the world right now and the transformation that we're under, it would be an interesting and important study of the eclipses and how they're going to be panning out now through 2026. And I will include in this class horoscopes for all 12 Vedic signs so you can understand how the eclipses, Rahu and Ketu's position, are impacting you on a personal level. And we'll also talk about remedies this upcoming Navratri, the 9 nights of the goddess, and how to use that time also for setting yourself free from personal patterns or limiting beliefs to feel empowered and strong and whole and protected. So check it out. I'm going to leave a link in the description window. Those of you who have never explored the Navaratri Cauldron, the pre-recorded material I have around ritual and meditations for the 9 nights of the goddess, if you join this class, can have a discount on all my previous recordings. The nakshatra that this full moon lunar eclipse is going to be in is called Purva Bhadrapada, Purva Bhadrapada nakshatra, the area of the sky that constitutes Aquarius and Pisces. This is a fiery nakshatra. the fire naga, the fire that burns at the end of life. It's the funeral fire that liberates the soul from its body. It's got to do with a fire that can actually sublimate or elevate consciousness. Another one of the symbols of Purva Bhadrapada is the two-faced man, a man with two faces. The sort of paradox of truth versus non-truth, or shadow and light. Lunar and solar eclipses are portals. They're gateways of transformation. And it's a time when you can connect with the spirit world. That it's a time when mantras or any rituals that you're doing will have exponential power. And particularly this lunar eclipse is coming at a very spiritual time. We're going into these very sacred days around the equinox that's coming up. We're coming to the end of the summer, and the shadows in the northern hemisphere are growing longer. And as we come up to the equinox, the time when the light and the dark are at the balance point, we're going to go into more of darkness. That this last waning lunar cycle is the tipping point into the spirit realm. And this is also the portal of the Pitru Paksha, the fortnight of the ancestors, when rituals to honor the ancestors are done, because they are very close. So it's a time to remember those who passed, honor our ancestors, also honor what you have been perhaps in the past, and let go, make way for the future. And the next solar eclipse that's going to be coming is going to be kicking off Navaratri, the 9 nights of the goddess. So be sure to check out my class to find out more about that. One thing that's very auspicious about this lunar eclipse is that Purva Bhadrapada, the nakshatra where it's happening, is connected to the energy of Jupiter, the expansive, powerful guru. And also, Jupiter is making an exact aspect onto Rahu right now, a very protective blessing, and just a few degrees from this lunar eclipse as well. So this is a sign that there is a blessing in the troubles, in the stress that you may be feeling, in the doubts that you may be having. And there's something protective, something expansive that could be expressing maybe through the economy or through other opportunities on a bigger scale. Okay, let's just see what the tarot cards have to say about this upcoming lunar eclipse in Purva Bhadrapada nakshatra. The first card that came through is the card of the moon, the priestess, the moon goddess. And it's interesting, it's combined here with the Queen of Swords, which really reminds me of the energy of the goddess Kali, Durga, who we will celebrate in Navaratri coming up. The best remedy for Rahu is always the goddess, the divine feminine, the divine mother, the great nourisher, the protector, the wisdom giver, the demon slayer. The one who slays the demon. There she is, holding the head of Rahu in her hand. Who draws boundaries. Who stops the mind or the ego from its extreme polarities of suffering. Who banishes the shadows and brings in the light. And I think we got the sun last. I think we got the sun last time too, didn't we? And we were talking about Magha, and which is also an ancestral star, the realm of the Pitris, the sun, where the soul goes after death, the Pitriloka. The wisdom that you seek is within you. The power of the Divine Mother, the Goddess, holds you and surrounds you and protects you at all times. You are not alone. You are being nourished and protected by the Great Mother, who brings in the light into the shadow realms, who allows for the shadow realms to exist so that we can see the light, who plays with the light and the darkness to make creation, but who brings us always back home. The one truth, the wisdom of the spirit realm that speaks to you through your ancestors, through your inner knowing, through your soul that is infinite. Now is the time to listen. Thanks for coming to the Anandashri Astrology full moon forecast, lunar eclipse forecast. Be sure to sign up for the 2-hour Zoom class I'm going to be offering. It will be on the equinox, I think, on Saturday or the day before the equinox, right before the solar eclipse. And you can sign up on my website, anandastrology.com, or right down here in YouTube description. Also, be sure to subscribe to my newsletter if you haven't already. It's free. Check out my Instagram, follow my Facebook, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I will see you soon.